Hey guys, we're out here on the New England Mountains map, and this gorgeous map comes out today, which is December the 6th, on all 3 platforms. Today we're gonna do a quick guide to get you started on this amazing map. I'm gonna share with you drink times and zone times for every species on the map, share some hotspots to get you started, and we are going to definitely focus on moose because I know a lot of you guys will be going for that great one moose. The race is definitely on. Now let me know in the comments, guys, which species you are most excited to hunt, if you are doing a great one grind, which map you are doing it on, and what you are most excited for in this incredible update. And if you do enjoy the video, guys, leave a like and a comment. You guys are awesome. Let's head straight into it. Very quickly, guys, we're gonna have a quick look at a suggested loadout for New England Mountains. So I'm carrying with me the 300 for moose, and yes, you can now customize your weapons, which is absolutely sweet. The Kerman, which is the muzzle loader that comes with this map. The Kerman is good for classes 4 to 8, guys, just so you know. And I have the 303, and that is for any 4 to 8 species like Whitetail. I am carrying the 243 for Red Fox and Gray Fox. It only weighs 1 kilogram, so it is a great option, and I do have the Cottontail shotgun. Now you may want to change your loadout depending on what you're hunting. If you are hunting quail and pheasant, you might want to grab the 22 and get rid of something else. And I want to point out that I am using the pack mule scale, so I do have an extra 3 kilograms worth of space. So if I didn't have this, I would have to take the Cottontail out because it weighs 3.5 kilograms. There are a lot of animals on this map. I always carry all my ammo with me, and then I do have the Hyperion, and I do have the shotgun scope. I have every collar for this map, so I have the grunt collar, the moose collar, the distressed fawn, the jackrabbit, and the raccoon squall collar. I have my first aid kit. I do have my Apex View binoculars. I wish I could carry my Gen 0, but when it gets to nighttime, I just go back to a storage locker and I swap out my Apex View for the Gen 0s. So that is a great starting loadout for New England Mountains. First species we're gonna have a look at is whitetail deer. Now whitetail drink here in New England Mountains from 8 until 12 or 12:30, and there is a pile, and I mean a pile of zones for them. I did just give them a call with the grunt collar. We're actually gonna take one down with the Kerman. This is the new muzzle loader that comes with this map, and it is good for classes 4 to 8. That's some nice whitetail here. And there's actually an 8 mythical red fox there. That's pretty sweet. How you doing, my buddy? That should have been good. He is going down. Beautiful. Now, one thing I want to mention to you guys is there seems to be a difference in the spook radius with this update, at least for this map. I'm not sure if it is on other maps, but things are spooking beyond 200 meters. So be very careful when you are approaching any animals. I have spooked moose from 250 meters. And at first I thought it wasn't me, but it definitely was, and it is happening to others. Now whitetail have been remodeled with this update and they look absolutely amazing. All right, here he is. Don't they look amazing? And this is the new harvest screen, and the whitetail look awesome. So you can press I, it will zoom you in. When you press right mouse, that is the new X-ray vision, and just press escape and it brings you out. And I want to mention also, when you first look at the harvest screen, your harvest is going to be quite small, but as soon as you press I and escape out, it will actually be much bigger. So you might want to do that before you take your photos. And I actually didn't get a good shot on him, but that's all right. And if you press escape now, your animal will still be on the ground. You have to press enter to accept the harvest. Now I have selected not to get a warning, but you also can get a warning when you press enter, and it will ask you whether if you want to save or taxi your animal. All those options are down here, but I have skipped that, so I'm just gonna press enter, and I have picked up my harvest. So you will find whitetail all around the river. I have found zones on all sides of the rivers. I haven't found them at every single lake, but they are at the majority of lakes. And one thing that Jaxie Beard said, and if you're not sure who Jaxie is, he is the community manager for EW. He said that the great ones on this map, we have black bears, we have moose, and we have whitetail, can be done concurrently. Maybe not the black bear, but definitely moose and whitetail have overlapping zones, and you can actually do both grinds at the same time on this map, and that is a first for any map in Call of the Wild. And I know for a fact that there are 150 moose drink zones on this map, and I know that's insane, but I Buy Premiums, who is a good friend of mine, definitely give him a follow on Twitch. He has over 40 great ones. He is kind of the king of the grind. He has been trying to spawn a great one moose in early access, and he has found all his moose zones, and they are everywhere. 150 drink zones for moose. So there may well be 150 drink zones for whitetail too, but I couldn't tell you for a fact how many there are quite yet. And whitetail do drink from 8 until 12 or 12:30 on all whitetail maps. The next species we're gonna have a look at are moose. Now, moose have been remodeled. They have all new sounds with this update and new animations. They no longer drop from a heart shot. They take a few steps before they drop. They can go aggressive with this update, which is pretty cool. You do have to get fairly close to them in order for them to go aggressive. So it's not really something you have to worry about. I don't think they're gonna come after you from 300 meters, but they do seem to be spooking from beyond 200 meters. Now, moose drink from 8 until 12 or 12:30, and as I mentioned before, there is about 150 drink zones for moose on this map. So they are literally on every piece of water on this entire map. And let me tell you, there is a lot of water on this map. There are a lot of single zones, a lot of single females, single males. So the moose grind is going to be a very challenging grind on this map. It really is. But now that we have the Great One Moose in the game, it is such a beautiful, stunning map. So if you are planning to do your Great One grind for moose on this map, I will be making a moose setup guide for you that will be coming out of the channel very soon, but they have done an amazing job with the moose. And that is the new warning call from moose. Pretty cool, right? Okay, there's a bobcat. He is fleeing. I seem to have spooked him. But bobcats drink here in New England mountains from 3 until 6 or 6:30. They actually drink at the same time as raccoons do, but in totally separate locations. So I'm noticing there are definitely bobcats along the river here. I have bobcats at a lot of the lakes in the top half of the map. So that is definitely some spots for you to get started for hunting for bobcat. And they are a class 3 species, so the 243 pistol is great for them. The 223 Zarza is pretty great, or you can just use the plain old 243. Does the job. Okay, so we do have some common raccoons here, and I did not change the time. All I did was travel down to this lake down here, but I am finding raccoon zones in all of these lakes, and I'm pretty sure they are along the river as well. So they drink from 3 until 6 or 6:30 as well, and I think they're a pretty cool addition to this map, and that one's actually Diamond Potential. Now, raccoons were changed from class 1 to class 2 a while ago, so you do have to get a vital on them. This is the raccoon squall collar, and I believe it comes with the Mississippi map, and it is good for 500 meters. And I do believe we just splattered him. All right, he is 11.13, 12 is diamond, and that was a pretty nice shot. And aren't they adorable? I love raccoons. And you will find their drink zones on the bottom half of the map. Okay, we just got a warning call from a pheasant, a ringneck pheasant, which you will find on this beautiful map. Now, they are going to be tough to hunt here because there are a lot of trees. There are some open areas, but there's definitely way more forest than open areas, so I do think pheasants are going to be a tough one on this map. Very challenging. Now, of course, pheasants don't drink. No drink time for them. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get eyes on them. It is dark. The sun is just about to go down. But to be honest, I have not figured out pheasants yet, but that will come in the super guide. So far, I have found some in the top left corner of the map. Now, one of the duck species we do have on this map are mallard ducks, and I'm noticing that I'm finding them at a lot of the lakes on the lower half of the map, and there's a zone right there. Good times to hunt them. I have seen feed zones from 5 till 7, 13 till 15, and this one we're hunting right now is from 17 till 19. And my first diamond off this map was actually a mallard duck. And right over here on the same lake, we do have Goldeneye Ducks, and they are feeding as well. So that is the second map for Goldeneye, as you will also find them in Revontuli Coast. Now, 3 different feed times I have found for Goldeneye include 5 to 7, 9 to 11, and 17 till 19, which is right now. And all ducks do go up to level 3. They can troll you, but they don't very often. So usually when you do find a level 3, pretty safe bet it will be a diamond. And this is where we are on the left-hand side of the map. But I have been finding Goldeneye at all of these lakes on the bottom half. Doesn't mean they're not on the top, but I have been finding a lot down here, so that's a great place to start hunting them. And look at that! We have some green-winged teal here. Now, green-winged teal is the only new species added to this map, And I think part of the reason for that, guys, is because this map came with the biggest update ever to come to Call of the Wild, including weapon customization, the granite update. EW has backfilled most of the maps, adding a new species to each map. So it has been a pretty huge update, and this map is absolutely beautiful. So we did get a lot. And let's not forget the most amazing addition, and that is the Great One Moose with 6 different fur types, which I am going to start my grind for today. I am very excited. So the green winged teal there, his feed zone is from 17 until 19. So I think the ducks all have the same feed times, it looks like. So just going around to different locations, you will find different ducks, but I'm finding most of the ducks on the bottom half of the map. Now, interestingly enough, red fox drink from 17 until 20 or 20:30, so partially in the daylight and partially in the dark, and they drink at the exact same time as gray fox do, just in completely different locations. Now, red fox can mainly be hunted on the left side of the map, and I believe gray fox can be hunted on the right side of the map. And they have been completely remodeled. We actually need to take one of these down so you guys can see what they look like now. They are so much more fluffy. They look completely amazing. Now, we don't have a big one here, but that's all right. He will do the job. So actually, I think I'm gonna take the green winged teal, and then I will go for the red fox because there's a good chance we won't spook him. But let's take down a male and see what he looks like. Perfect! And did we spook the fox? No, we didn't. Absolutely sweet. We're gonna try and take that fox down. And splat! Beautiful shot. Now let's wait for our duck. I'm gonna go back a little bit because he's gonna float to exactly where I was, and he is already here. And that is our first look at a brand new green winged teal, and aren't they gorgeous? Very, very sweet. I love the detail and the colors they put in to all the species in this game, but the ducks are absolutely amazing. So that is our first green winged teal, and diamond for them is 480. Very sweet. You're gonna love the remodel on the red fox. They are beautiful. And I did actually go back and get my Gen Zeros because it was getting dark. We needed them. So it's hard to see in the dark, but they are way fluffier. Let's have a look here. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at the fluff in the tail. So that is the newly remodeled red fox with this update, and they look pretty amazing, don't they? Oh, I got thoracic. Oh, I didn't get a good shot, but that's all right. We got to have a look. So this is where we found all of those ducks and red fox, middle left-hand side of the map. Now guys, even though there is a pile of woods on this map, there are nice wide open fields where you can hunt, and if you can find pheasants out here, this would be a great spot. What do we have flying here? We have Goldeneye Ducks, very sweet. Okay guys, I actually changed the time back by an hour, and now we have gray fox. And as I mentioned before, they drink at the same time as red fox, which is from 17 until 20 or 20:30. So they do drink partially with daylight. Now I actually swapped out my Arquomo 243 for the Zarza 223. Now I really feel like this rifle gets a bum rap. I actually really like it for small predators. It's amazing on gray fox, red fox, and raccoons, all of which are on this map. Now, he is hidden in the rocks there, so I'm gonna give him a call. The collar for gray and red fox is the Predator Jackrabbit collar. Now, gray and red fox go up to 9 legendary, and they can make diamond as males and females, and at 8 mythical. I'm gonna 0 to 150 and aim a little low, because when they're so tiny, the zeroing really matters. Beautiful! And he is floating. Hello, my pretty. How you doing? And I just think gray fox are super cool. And there we go. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, guys, but with this update, they actually have the map name on the harvest screen, which is very cool. I really like that detail. So there is that beautiful shot. He is done for. So you will find gray fox basically on the right-hand side of the map. Okay guys, we have an eastern wild turkey out here, and I am finding a lot of turkeys along the riverway. Now the eastern wild turkeys feed from 8 until 11, and again from 14 till 17. I'm sure they have more feed times than just those, but those are a couple to get you started. They don't drink, but see right there, I have a feed zone right there. They like to put their feed zones along the river's edge, and I'm finding them mainly at the top of the map. Doesn't mean they're not at the bottom, but they're definitely at the top. Oh, spooked a bear. But the bears are definitely out here drinking. Now, bears drink here in New England mountains from 20 until 0 or 0:30. That is what time they drink on every map that has bears in the game. So on this map, you are able to grind for 3 different great ones: moose, whitetail, and black bears. The only one you can't grind for are red deer. And that is the same in Layton Lakes. Now, I actually shot a diamond black bear off of this map last night, and this is where he was in this zone right here, top right corner. Now, I have had black bear zones all along the top. They're definitely all the way up here. I think they're actually around the entire circumference of the map, but I haven't had the map long enough to know for sure exactly all the spots that they are. But if you're starting your black bear grind, definitely start right at the top. You're gonna find a bunch of zones along the top. I found quite a few along the right, but I found mainly females. Now, I do have a female here, but I was finding a lot of males last night, and I think I shot a bunch of them, and they may not have respawned yet. This could be a great map to do your black bear great one grind on. Okay, our next species is coyotes. Now, coyotes drink here in the New England mountains from 0 until 3 or 3:30. Usually when you find a drink zone, you will have several coyotes in it. You're gonna need your Gen Zeros to hunt them, definitely, and they are very, very tiny. Now, I haven't figured out everywhere where you're gonna find coyotes. I am on Hawthorne Lake, and yes, they are starting to name the lakes, which is so great, but definitely you will have coyotes on this lake. I'm not sure where else, but I will be coming out with the super guide, and it will have fully detailed maps. I will figure out every single spot for every single species, and that will be coming out of the channel. But that is when coyotes drink. I think will definitely be a lot easier once we figure out everywhere that they are to hunt them than, say, Layton Lakes, because Layton is a tough one. There's just so much water, and coyotes are tough to hunt there. Now, guys, I wanted to show you a very, very cool feature of this update. Now, look when I highlight this zone. Look in the bottom right-hand corner. We actually have 4 different species using this feed zone, and we can actually see all of their zone times. That is the coolest thing, one of the coolest things in this update. There are so many cool things, but that is amazing. Okay, so I do have a feed zone here for Eastern Cottontail Rabbit, but he is not here yet. But they actually feed pretty much at all times in the morning. This feed zone is from 10 until 1300, but I've noticed I have zones for them from 4 to 7, 7 to 10, 10 to 13, and from 17 until 20. Now, where I've been finding them are up and along the river. I have a zone here. I have some zones up here. I have some zones down in this area. So definitely you can find them at the top of the map. We have a level 2 Eastern Cottontail Rabbit, and I really love how they are putting feed zones along the river. Okay, morning call. Just tippy-toe over here and see if I can get over there before they're spooked. And I find the best way to hunt them is when you figure out where they are, tippy-toe and get as close to them as you can, and then full out run. You want to spook them into the air and shoot them. But if you go barreling from too far away, they will start to fly, and it will be really tough. And tracking them is a great way to find their need zones. Oh, it just flew. No! But as you can see, guys, they are gonna be tough on this map. But definitely hunt for quail right at the top of the map. I'm finding all kinds of them up here. Doesn't mean that's the only spot where you will find them, but that'll definitely give you a good start on hunting quail here in the New England mountains. To learn everything that is coming with this amazing update that drops today, click right here, guys. And we will definitely see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to leave a like, guys.